today's construction, day 73.
So big day for us. Main beam pour, left side of the house as you're looking up. So we're looking forward to that. We get up here real early this morning and we're going to run up there. They're getting ready to start. We had a real good time shooting the video last night. Dinner in Dumaguete, that Japanese restaurant. Saw some of the great comments this morning. We really had a nice meal. And if you're ever in the Dumaguete area, I would recommend that restaurant for sure. Yesterday we were up visiting our neighbors, and we were up there for maybe 45 minutes, and we came back down, and I saw somebody I've never seen before up on the roof. So I said to Wilma, "Have you ever seen that person before?" She said no. So we inquired, and basically it was the company representative of the roofing company. The engineer was up on the roof measuring for the supplies. So pretty surprised. We were just at that establishment yesterday talking to them about coming up and doing the measurement. So the contractor beat me to the punch. So that shows how proactive he is, and he wants to get the roof on the house just like we do. So the measurement of the roof has been done already, and I think that's a real good thing. So we're going to run up to the work site and see you guys later. All right, so today's pour day, and you guys seen this before when we did the other side, that they have a whole team of guys here, and they're mixing the cement, and they put it in buckets, and they just have a bucket brigade all the way up to the forms. And then we got 3 guys up there, one pouring the cement in the form, one guy working it with rebar, making sure that it gets all the way down past the rebar beams and columns in some cases. And then a 3rd guy with a trowel finishing off the top, making sure it's smooth on top like it is over here. So working hard Saturday, and I'll go ahead and put some music to show you guys the hard work that the guys are doing here today. So here in the carport today, you can see Felix is continuing to make progress, spanning the steel from the house out to the overhang of the carport. So I talked to him about making sure that we really do a good job with the rust inhibitor and then paint. You can see that bare steel is rusting quickly. I let Felix know my concern about that. So he'll get up there and do the rust inhibitor, and then he'll paint it, get a good coat of paint on it. So he's making progress now. There's a new term here, and Felix and I off camera, I was laughing for 5 minutes because he was trying to explain to me what they call this. So I may be saying it wrong because I had to use my hat to see if I was saying it right. So he says that these cross members here, they're galvanized. You can see that they're not rusting. He calls it hat type, H-A-T-T, as he spells it for me, and then type, T-Y-P-E. So not sure if that's the right term, but I guess you call that cross members to go from beam to beam. And then you can see they're using it here as well in the dirty kitchen. So that'll help support the roof. Also, we talked about yesterday is the contractor suggested that we really don't need insulation here in the dirty kitchen. But I said, no, let's do it. Just because the sun will be beating on this as well, and Wilma will be back here cooking, and insulation does give some noise reduction with the rain. So we're going to go ahead and spend the money and put insulation here in the dirty kitchen as well. Now, we're not going to put any insulation on the carport, so that doesn't make sense. So we won't do that. So you'll be able to see the metal roofing. It's white on both sides. You'll be able to see the underside of the metal roofing here in the carport. But you can see he's got all the cross members going from the house out to the overhang. It's all tied in to the concrete beams here in the front, which they poured this morning. So that's all tied in, welded to the rebar, and then surrounded by the concrete. And he's starting to come across with this hat type galvanized cross members, and it looks like he's about halfway done. So I'm here at the very back of the property. This is the back wall, and this is the overhang of the dirty kitchen. So what the guys started today, we got Edlin and Ramel back here, is they're starting to backfill the wall. And what they're doing is, if you remember, the property line, we specifically built the wall 24 inches from the property line. And that's so we could build a concrete drain here in the back of the property. So starting here, one panel in, we'll start the dirty kitchen roof. And all the rainwater from the house will drain over this wall, keeping the water off the property with inside the fence. But we wanted to build the wall 2 feet on our property so we could build a proper drainage back here. We don't want the rainwater to simply just spill onto the dirt here, because it would wash out over time and things like that. So what they're doing is, because the property naturally grades that way, this is the high end here, and this naturally slopes. So the neighbor's property is lower than our property, and then the next neighbor is lower, then the next neighbor is lower. You guys seen that when I showed the front of the property. What they're doing today is they're digging out that side and backfilling and raising this up a bit. So once they get this raised up and have a proper slope going to the edge of the property, what they're going to do here is they're going to render the back of this wall and waterproof it with a waterproofing. And then they're going to build a drainage That's basically going to be the width of this. So almost 24 inches. I think it calls for 20 inches, so it leaves a little bit of room to work. And it will basically be hollow block here on the outside, and then concrete on top of the ground, thus creating a space or area for the water to land. And then if it's pitched properly that way, the water will drain down alongside of the house and out. So that's the goal. And we want to make sure that, you know, we don't wash out the back of the property here. So this will all be filled in with dirt, and you can see they're moving it here one bag at a time because it is higher over there. So they're moving some of the dirt down, and then they'll put some gravel back here, and then they'll lay some hollow block, and then they'll render that hollow block and create a concrete drainage. And you may ask, why not a gutter up here? And I asked that very question, why don't you just put a gutter up here? And what the contractor is telling me is that a gutter will not handle as much water as a concrete drain will. And he feels that the fact that all the water, because this is a shed type roof, is shedding to the back of the property, that it could be so much water that he's concerned about having gutters and down pipes and stuff like that. And then we don't want to go to 6-inch pipes and things like that. We just don't want to do that. So he feels more confident doing a concrete drainage here in the back, and then just run the water to the back wall and out the side of the property. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll give you guys updates as they get further along.